What the fuck is this? I've explored a wide amount of shittery across my multiple source ports, seen every walk of life throw their hat into the ring to see what happens, and I've been able to categorize them all. So when I get to this, what the fuck is this? The Magenta Spire, the CAC Award winning Magenta Spire, is the lamp's attempt to stay completely perpendicular to any design rule one could imagine. And he succeeds. With flying colors. The first thing you might notice upon casual observation is that you would need to invent a new phrase to express what's going on. Any one shot is a hurricane of colors so visually steadfast and decisive that it goes beyond unsettling and ends up being mesmerizing. That phrase, "what the fuck is this?" will keep entering your head as you pass rows of shittily palleted corn, masses of vines that constrict the life out of the maps, computers growing like weeds out of the ground. That phrase will be the only thing that keeps you grounded. One of my favorite things about Doom is how easy it is to make a tangible universe against our own reality. Features where you can suspend your disbelief and get lost in the author's mind. I can't discern anything like that from the Magenta Spire. When I look at it, I see Doom. Castrated and slathered around like a PETA billboard. It's gone way past the notion of playing by the rules and asks you to see it as entirely its own thing. I know this because nearly every entity has some form of alteration here. No monster, item, or otherwise has truly survived the radiation the Magenta Spire puts off. But unlike other MBF WADs, because this is MBF we're talking about here, it doesn't feel like any of these changes had plans to coexist. There are stronger imps, there are weaker Hell Knights, there is the fucking pile. I can't see any purpose behind the alterations. No goal in mind outside of what could be achieved with that individual object. Soul Spheres heal 80 health now. Archvials will randomly resurrect now. Cyber Demons will now discharge every time they get stuck. Why is this a thing? It only exists so two-shotting them is completely out of the picture. Who out there wants to fight Cyber Demons more slowly? What is the application of the Cyber Demon's balls popping every time he takes a hit outside of only making it to where the quickest method of killing one is out of the picture? They still eat shit to the BFG, but it exclusively makes the process more annoying. Why? I've been avoiding talking about the levels here because, I mean, you have eyes, you can see what's going on here. Every map starts out as a cataclysm, a tangle that is slowly worked into something that can be finished. The visual identity is still stalwart as ever. MIDI choices come mostly from iWAD, so that complements out the window. And most of the time I spent in these maps was simply wrapping my head around the changes. Changes as simple as, ew, don't do that! I would love to better appreciate the way these maps encourage creative movement because explorable abstraction is my jam. But the ethos of the Magenta Spire makes it to where you can only walk away from it with a, "that was weird." At least I thought that. Then I got to map 5. The usual was happening. I was being bombarded with enough stimuli to kill a horse. I was rolling really poorly on the hit scanners. And then I saw this. Flying imps on the hunt, soaring through the night sky, backlit by one of the 2 yellow moons illuminating the crack. The imagery they created harkens back to a lot of earlier horror media. Everyone has seen a swarm of bats overtake something before. It was mystifying, almost intimidating that there was enough effort put into this release of monsters in order for them to line up at the skybox, their silhouettes growing as they got closer. In this moment, I found an intent. Amongst the technology and flesh strewn about in the breeze, I found purpose. Then I played map 31. One of the most important things about Doom is that everything is worth talking about. The simplicity of the game makes to where any kind of author agency is significant. Every choice that deviates from the original releases has weight to it. And don't get me wrong, that doesn't make this good, but it got me talking. There's not 1 ounce of restraint, 1 thought that this might be too dumb. And the dedication to that vision is commendable. Definitely more remarkable than making another knee-deep remake. Yes, the map designs are fucked, the changes are incomprehensible, but I would be hard-pressed to say that there's a single moment of boredom in the Magenta Spire. In that, it's truly victorious. Also, map 10 was actually kinda cool, but it didn't have any combat, so take that however you will. Anyway, welcome to World of WADs. I'm using this format to get better about making videos faster, and hopefully I can put something on the map that you might like. The next thing I talk about won't be diarrhea. Probably.
Okay, it's time for one of our favorite games on the show called What If It Was Purple? Up first we have, let's see it purple.